told you at 3 o'clock to have something done, and it is now 3:30, they don't want to have to check back in with what they told you. You know, that's not on my paper. Let me go back over here, because for leaders and preachers who have given in to the influences of others in your ministry, you know, y'all have some friends. They think they're going to influence the pastor. You've been exposed. You might as well stop. If you got some real bout-this in your ministry, they see you. They're going to pray you out. You won't be able to stay. Sometimes it's the circle of friends, but you got to ask yourself the same thing. If you are in the role of fivefold, you're going to be held accountable for running the ministry in the way that God gave you to run it. He gives us all mandates for the way we're supposed to do what we do. You think I'm going to try and get up here and be, so I am not John Eckhart, apostle and prophet. I'm not him. I know, what? I'm not him. You better do what he told you to do in the manner that he told you to do it. We don't need clone ministers or clone ministries. Enough of that. Because while you think you're going to jump and shout, and you're going to have you a deliverance ministry because they jump and shout and do deliverance ministry, and you let somebody roll up in there that you got to pray for, and when they sit up and tell you, I'm not going anywhere, I'm going to see you at your house. What you going to do then? If that is not your ministry, don't do it. In particular scriptures, when Paul addressed the church, and he talked about men and women, but the context is key. You got to look at your neighbor and say, context is key. Context means the specific situations or cultural or climate events that are going on when the statement was released. All right. When they start talking about the earrings and adornment and dress, they were talking about people who were worshiping Diana during that time. I'm not talking about Princess Diana. Whew. The enemy has used confusion, right? People play in church, division, distortion, and abuse, because it happens within the church, to stop the effectiveness of the church. You know what I think is so sad? When people, they need folks to help support their young sons or children, and then you have leaders that abuse the children. Don't be fooled. God is not mocked. And then you turn those kids out, and then they never want to come into the church again because they have been abused. That's not on my paper, but I said it. As I close, we're going to focus on 4 points. Point number 1, troublemakers have no place in the kingdom. Romans 16:17, right? It says, I urge you, brothers and sisters, to keep your eyes on those who cause dissensions, create obstacles, or introduce temptations for others to commit sin, acting in ways contrary to the doctrine which you have learned. Turn away from them. You know, as folks always in the house, they always stirring up some trouble. Always. I don't think pastor likes me. What? Is this what we doing? Okay, if you don't think, here's the prophet, if you don't think that nobody has done this in this house, but I'm saying, you say this to the prophet gonna say, what you did? What did you do? How do we fix this? This is a lie from the pit of hell. If you got correction, that's wonderful, because that means that God loves you. You know, the word tells us that the Lord chastens those who he loves, right? Oh, okay. Point number 2, all of us are familiar with the credit card when they ask, what's in your wallet? Please remember that our kingdom has special privileges. We should not be stuck in the world solutions and events. Listen, when I was talking to God a few weeks ago about this election stuff, he said, I'm not held by an election. He was like, I moved throughout. What are you talking about? I said, sir, you're right. An election ain't got nothing to do with you. We serve the one who made the world, the one who made the universe. There's worlds in the universe, right? 1 John 2:15, it says for us not to love the world, right? Don't love the world. For anyone who loves the world, the love of the